once you find your target audience, then you'll be able to provide to them what they're looking for, and it'll help your clientele to grow. Also, I would like to say the location.
Mm-hmm.
The location definitely is important. Some places is, if depending on where you're located, you can get walk-ins. Others, if you're not in such a popular area where there's a lot of walk-ins, then you might need to use social media or gravitate your audience to you in other ways. So location is very important as well.
Polish in my hand, I'm ready to create each nail a masterpiece. I can hardly wait. Soft pastels or vibrant hues, each tells a tale in their artistry of nails. Nothing ever fails. With each swirl and twirl, let the magic begin. In this kingdom of gloss, there's no end to the wind. Gloss on my fingertips, watch them shine bright. Painted like a canvas, colors taking flight. Feeling fierce and fabulous, I'm ready to ignite. Slaying the nail game every single night. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird. Nails and beauty talk with Asia the Bird.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Nailz and Beauty Talk. I am your host, Asia the Bird. Today we have a very special guest with us today. She is a nail tech, also the host of Nail Nation Nail Tech Battle in Virginia. Please welcome Jazz. Hello, Jazz, and how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today, Asia?
I'm doing well. I'm doing absolutely well. Thank you so much. So I want to go ahead and get started by asking where you're originally from and tell us a little about your upbringing.
Okay, so I'm from Portsmouth, Virginia. We call it P-Town. So from P-Town, Portsmouth, Virginia. I was raised in, I would like to say, a single family household. My mom raised me, and I have two sisters.
Oh, wow.
And basically, we grew up in a nice, nice family. She was a single mom. She did what she could as a single mom. Not say like it was super rough or anything. Not trying to act like I came from the gutter or nothing like that. But I mean, times was what it was, and basically it developed to where it is now, I could say, including the shopping salon.
Tell us about your school experience as far as grade school, college, nail school, things like that, beauty school.
Okay, well, I can tell you, I graduated from IC Norcom High School. Let's go Greyhounds. That's my mascot. I didn't go to college from there. So
Okay.
after straight out of high school, I started at a mortgage company. But my schooling after high school was just straight nail school. I went to Platinum Nails Academy. I was already doing nails when I started nail school for about 5 years. But I went to Platinum Nails Academy. Then I got my license actually from A1 Beauty and Barber College, which is also a provide nail licensing.
Oh, wow.
And that would be about it for my schooling. Of course I did training for my nail tech license, and I got that as well. But that was more from experience and already doing trainings and workshops.
Yeah, absolutely. So what were like your earliest memories as far as like nails and beauty? Was there anyone in your family in particular that was in the beauty industry?
Yes, actually my mother, she started it all up. I would like to say she always wanted to own a nail salon. So basically she went to hair school. It wasn't, did I say a nail salon, hair salon? She always wanted to own a hair salon. So she went to hair school, which in turn, nails is involved with that as well at hair school. It's part of the cosmetology program. So I was there with her when she went to hair school. They used to use my head to do different styles. She did different projects. It was kind of, I was in school with her all the time, and it was an open place. They didn't mind. So when we came in, it's just, I guess that's where I started soaking it up right then and there, being in the hair school at a young age, around the people who was already reaching into that profession in the industry that I'm in now. I'm excited to be in now.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what has been like your experience in terms of owning your own salon or working in a salon?
Owning my own salon, the experience, I mean, it's great. I'm helping others to also be entrepreneurs,
Right.
giving people a space to provide other services to others and make their money. So owning the salon is a great experience there. The other side of it, it started as a business, like a family business. So once
Right.
it all fell on me, the other side of it, as far as keeping everything structured, in line, business license, all the business part of it, it can get a little difficult. But if you have the right guidance, the right people in your corner, they'll help lead you the right way. And I really have the right team in my corner.
Yeah, that's absolutely great. I want to get into just as far as like, salon ownership, or for those who want to own their own salon, what would be like some like words of advice as far as like the business aspect of things?
I can say you got to find your target audience.
Hmm.
Once you find your target audience, then you'll be able to provide to them what they're looking for, and they'll help your clientele to grow. Also, I would like to say the location.
Hmm.
The location definitely is important. Some places is, if depending on where you're located, you can get walk-ins. Others, if you're not in such a popular area where there's a lot of walk-ins, then you might need to use social media or gravitate your audience to you in other ways. So location is very important as well.
Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. Now, how would you describe your nail art style?
Oh, my nail art style, I would say, is completely freestyle. Like,
Hmm.
I would say completely freestyle. Even if my clients was to bring a picture, like an inspo, something like that, I
Hmm.
still have to add my twist to it, put
Hmm.
some type of jazz touch to it, because
Yeah, yeah.
it's the jazz freestyle. And I also have, that's one of the names of the sets on my menu, the jazz freestyle.
Oh yeah, that's really, really cool. Like, where do you draw inspiration as far as like nail art?
My inspirations come from everywhere. Like, it could be what a client have on that day. It could
Right.
be something I seen come into the shop that day. I mean, it's just different things inspire me differently. So it's really hard to say my vibe, the way I'm feeling at the time.
Right.
To
Hmm.
say sometimes I get stuck on a certain type of freestyle art. So that
Yeah.
might be what I'm doing for that day. Then the next day it might be something different. Maybe I'm into safari or maybe animal prints, and then everybody probably get a different animal print,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that. But the art is what my heart is with it for sure, because I'm an
Hmm.
artist. I always wanted to be an artist, I can say, and I am an artist. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm the same way because the thing is that what I find so interesting is, that you get inspiration from everywhere. You know what I mean? There's so
everything,
many things you can look at. Even if it doesn't have to be in terms of nature, it could just be as simple as maybe like an object, or,
right?
the way like how marble looks. You know what I mean? Things like that. You can get inspiration from anywhere and anything, and I think you can take those inspirations and make a body of work through nail art and things like that. And I think gradually, to a degree, to an extent, I think nail art is getting taken more seriously because it's an art form. It's a body of work of how people can express themselves, and really, and it's nail art that represents them. You know what I mean? And that's
Right,
what we're
right,
giving to other people.
right. Because art is definitely a form of expression.
Mhm.
So I love the way that is evolving, especially with the different objects. People are doing 3D nails more.
Right. Yeah.
It's not the traditional nails that everyone is used to. And I mean, it's just interesting to see it grow.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I could totally agree with that
There's
wholeheartedly.
no limits to it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, no limits to it. So I want to
Right.
get into just as far as your nail school. So you have your own nail school called Jazz Nail School. So also tell us about your nail school and what do the students learn?
Okay, so Jazz Nail School, I've been teaching. I've had my instructor's license for, some years now. So I've started off doing different workshops, doing one-on-one trainings, just because people were interested in, seeing if nails was even for them. So I
Right. Mhm.
tapped in, kind of starting with that. Then I collab with CNE Institute so that we could do a whole package on doing the nail licensing program to help to provide the licenses to individuals. So if you want to basically move from it being a hobby to it being an actual business, or you want to just become licensed to explore, what you can do with your license more. That's what we're providing. And also, it doesn't stop there, because we're doing like beyond the chair. Once you finish with your nail school, we're helping you to get into a nail salon. We got a
Mm.
mentorship program. You'll have a mentor with you. So you not only will get the hands on experience in the salon, but we'll be there to help guide you in the beginning, to help it keep going. And further from there, we're also helping nail techs to transition from behind the chair. Like, it's very important. It's all fun and games when you in there, you're doing your nail art and everything like that. But when real life hits you, and that goes for illnesses like terminal illness or any handicap or disabilities that may happen, you need to be prepared for it. So you need to have a way to step away from the chair. Retirement is something that as an entrepreneur, we don't really get to touch on or talk about much. So I'm also and trying to construct something to where we'll be able to have a retirement fund and know where to put your money to make sure it's there for you to, use later.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that that's a very important point that you brought up, because we don't, the industry doesn't really teach us about the retirement aspect of things, like, how to save up money, the financial aspect of things. Like that's the thing when I did like cosmetology courses in my, in my high school. We learned a bit of the business aspect of it, but it wasn't in depth to the point where it's like, about insurance, taxes, and financial things, or retirement, things like that. So
all of that is necessary for sure.
So I wish that, the nail industry went more in depth about those subjects, like insurance, of course, retirement, what to do, like how to prepare for that, and, how to save money, budgeting, things like that.
Right. And that's what I'm working on now. I recently in October got my license. It's for insurance. So now I'm doing health annuities, also life insurance. And it's different products that you can use for that. And financial literacy is what I'm actually working towards as far as educating nail techs or entrepreneurs on that. It's different products like index annuities or IULs. You can put your money in, you can retire from what you love, because we've been doing it so long. There's no need to have to stop what we're doing just to finish up or, end it off in another occupation.
Yeah, absolutely. Most definitely. So you're going to be hosting a nail competition with Dime Nail Supply called Nail Nation Virginia. So please tell us about the Nail Tech Battle and what are some of the competitions in the event?
Yeah, so Nail Nation, this is our third Nail Tech Battle right here in Virginia. And yes, Dime, I'm so grateful to have Dime on my team with that. She's been here from the beginning. So she's been a judge and a panelist from the beginning. The very first show she was open, as well as Riz and everyone else, all the other panelists and judges that has come from out of town to join us. Marsha, the nail lady from Cincinnati, Nay from Charlotte, and it's been good. It's all getting together. We even have London from Snob Nails joining us.
Snob Nails.
So she'll be joining us. Basically, it's just growing. I'm excited about it. And it's a community that we're starting to build more. I mean, it's like, building a community, bringing nail techs together. We're inspiring each other, encouraging each other, and definitely learning and teaching each other.
Yeah, that's amazing, and that's really, really amazing that you built your own nail competition, because that's something that is needed much more. We have our own spaces,
right?
And we see like Nail Olympia, and they're a well-respected nail competition, well-known, nail pro competitions, and all those other things. But it's really great to see that there's a Black-owned space where we could do our own nail competition. That's like, that kind of reminds me of like Bonner Brothers. We always had shows every year,
Right. And shout out to Poochie. She's one of my inspirations as well. I actually participated in Bronner Brothers back in 2015. So that was part of my inspiration to bring it here to Virginia so that others could show their work and, work their magic on nails and compete for the $1,000. Because that's major. When somebody want to compete for $1,000, it's something you love to do anyway. Why not put it to the test and see if you can win for the grand prize?
Yeah. What I find so cool about nail competition, especially hair shows, especially the Bronner Brothers hair show, because it was just so creative with all the hairstyles.
Yes, it's so creative. They have the costumes and everything, and that's what I like about it too. I like the way that the nail techs put the nail art together with the costumes, even if you need to. So yeah, I love the way it all comes together.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of sponsors, who will be sponsoring this event, possibly?
Okay, we have some sponsors. Poochie Poochie from Atlanta. I can say her first. Poochie's Nails. Dime, of course, she's a sponsor. The Nail Juice Academy, that's with Charissa Sullivan. She is a sponsor as well. I have a sponsorship from Creations by Kiki. I'm sorry.
Kiki, yeah.
Creations by Kiki. She will also be joining us on the panel as a judge and as Yep. So also Keisha from Creative. Creative
Nail Supply.
Yep, she has her own supply line. She'll be joining us as well. Also, who else do I have listed? Portsmouth Army Navy store. They've been supporting since the very first event as well. I'm trying to picture who's all up there. 757 Images. That's one of our sponsors. Jazz, the nail supplier.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have nail tech sponsors. We're looking for more sponsorships for real. So that'll be great if I could get more sponsors to join to help support the movement. I've been reaching out to other sponsors. I'm still waiting on some responses. I just got to wait for a response with some of these larger companies. But I just pray we just continue to grow, reaching out to the right people, and the right people connect with us to keep us growing.
Yeah, absolutely. Most definitely. That's really, really cool. Now, I want to get into as far as just education within the nail industry. I want to shift gears a little bit. So do you believe that there is miseducation in the nail industry? Why or why not?
Is there miseducation? I would like to say it should be more education. I can't really say miseducation because there is different learning techniques. It's different teaching techniques, and people learn in different ways, I should say. But I think it should be more in depth because just when you go to nail school, you only have to go for 150 hours here in Virginia. That's not teaching you everything you need to know. No, not to say that it have to take much more time, but to explain more techniques and the way that everything is changing. Just sticking to the basics isn't helping people to keep up with the current, trends of today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely people have their own different ways of teaching, different techniques, different styles in terms of education. I think also too, there is a little bit of miseducation in a way where, sometimes like someone will teach a certain thing, but it's like, some people may not teach the right way of doing certain things, especially considering safety and things like that. So I think also too, it's definitely in the industry. I think people, especially the newcomers, have to be mindful of who they listen to because, you don't know if it's, it's the right way to do certain things like services or a technique and things like that. So, definitely, I think there is a thing of, the nail industry, like just being more mindful of who people listen to.
I can see that, but I mean, that would be at your discretion too, as well. Because certain people, each student might not gravitate or learn well from each teacher. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Now, what are some things you like about the nail industry, and what are some things you think the nail industry could be improved on?
Okay, the art for sure. I love the art about the nail industry, and that is taking off like crazy. So, what was the second part of the question? Sorry, what I think could be improved?
Yes.
In the nail industry, I think, what could be improved? I'm sorry, I just drew a blank.
It's all right. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, could you ask that again? So I can slide that over. You said it can be improved in the nail industry.
Yeah, what could be improved? What do you think? What do you think could be improved in terms of the nail industry?
Basically, that's what I believe I built the nail community for is
right. Yeah.
You know how traditional nail salons are, I don't even know how to say it. Traditional nail salons kind of stick together more so, or they all work together. And then the industry now nail techs are so separated, or we all in our separate spaces. You have a few nail techs here. You might have a few salons, but you have a whole lot of salon suites and independent nail techs or at home nail techs, which is good. But I think just coming together, building a community, supporting each other, encouraging each other, learning and
Right.
teaching each other, so we can all be kind of on one accord. And that can also help with us learning together on the same
Mm-hmm.
learning techniques as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Now, what do you think has been the most rewarding in the journey of being a nail tech and educator?
Teaching others, I would say, helping others to learn the craft, because for me it's been so rewarding just making my own money,
Right.
being my own boss, and producing my own art on people's nails, and it makes them happy as well. So also I say that with my clients, making my clients happy and
Mm-hmm.
giving them some artwork on their nails to feel proud about.
Yeah, absolutely, most definitely. So I want to also get into in terms of your nail supply, like your nail line. So tell us about like your, nail product line.
Yeah, so Jazz Nail Supplies, it took off around COVID time. Well, right after COVID, well, I started working on it during COVID because it was a whole lot of nail techs popping up. A lot of new nail techs coming. People were doing training, people were learning and needing the supplies. So if I'm
Mm-hmm.
already teaching, I just thought it would better to pair, the supplies with it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I have basically all the necessities you need as far as doing the full set, from the glue, the liquid, the powder, the brush, like everything you need to do a complete full set, even the nail drill. I have that.
Mm.
I try to make sure I have all of that on hand. So that's the basics. Past that, I have other products that I like to try to create. I would say I had the PB Jazz collection, acrylic collection, where it was like a peanut butter and jelly type theme of acrylic. It was
Oh.
like the different cover acrylics with those tones.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cookie and cream, like different mixtures that I've done with acrylic. I had my nail spray, which is like a nail polish spray, and it,
Mm. Wow.
I'm still working on another product as well. So I really
That's
can't
really,
wait to
really cool.
introduce that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's part of my products. I hate saying that's my product line, but I definitely supply it in my salon. So if anybody need the supplies, I like to have it on hand. I do sell out kind of fast because I don't have the major quantity that I need. So when I get it stocked up, come get it when you can, because
Mm-hmm.
I have to get the time to restock, because I am kind of like stocking
Mm-hmm.
it all, prepping it all, producing it all on my
Yeah.
own right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you balance being a nail educator and nail tech with life and mental health?
I have a therapist. So when you talk about the mental health part, I do have a therapist, because real life will try to take you off your grind with your business, and you can't
Right.
afford to do that sometimes as a business owner. So um, I'm an educator some days when it's time for me to educate, and when I have trainings or have school, that's what I do. I'm the educator then. When I have
Mm-hmm.
clients, I'm the nail tech. And when I have
Mm-hmm.
customers, I'm the nail supplier. So it all kind of works in together. But I definitely have a therapist that I talk to, and I think that is very important. That's not even a laughing matter. It's very important to have someone that you can vent to, because it's so
Right.
often that so many people sit in our chair. They want to vent to us so much, and we take it,
Right. Yeah.
and we kind of take on that role as a therapist unknowingly,
Yeah.
um,
Right.
which it helped them. Like I have so many people that have came. I mean, gotten out of my chair, just feel relieved based off of what they have said, or even talked or
Right.
got off their chest with me.
Mm-hmm.
So therapy with the mental, you don't want to have
Mm-hmm.
the mental illness, or you don't want to cause any mental problems, because it can affect
Yeah.
your work as well.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that's definitely the thing. I think it's understanding to, because some people will say there is no balance. So I guess is a way of trying to juggle things or try to have some sort of, way of scheduling or, things like that. Or, just try to, live life, and, manage business the best you can. And, and I like how mental health is more talked about now than it
Yes.
is like years ago. It's definitely more talks about it. And in the creative industry, the creative realm, especially just life in general. I think, it's cool to really see there's more people having conversations about, it's okay to seek help, about like depression, anxiety, and things like that. And, it's definitely something that's very, very important, especially for the Black community.
Yes. Yep. Yep. I agree. I totally agree with that. I also like to use my art to help me release some of my frustration or anxiety sometimes. So it's a
Yeah,
form of therapy as well
yeah,
for
yeah,
me as a nail
absolutely. Absolutely, most definitely. Now, where can people find your social media, and how can people support, your business, and how can people, find out more information about Nail Nation?
Okay, my social media for one, I'm Jasmine Cross. I have Facebook, I have TikTok, and I have Instagram. So Instagram is Nails by Jazz,
Mhm.
Jazz Nail School. So it's Jazz underscore Nail School, Jazz Nail Supplies, and also at Nail Nation VA. So that's the main one that has the most action right now. I do have people that's helping me with the social media because that is a lot to work with.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
basically on Nail Nation VA, I have the different links that you can find Jazz, and Jazz, I got the different links you can get connected back to the supplies in the school as well.
Hmm.
I'm located right in Portsmouth, Virginia, 517 Williamsburg Avenue. That's where the
Hmm.
physical store location is. That's why I provide services. That's why I sell the supplies out of. The school, I have a location 513 Williamsburg Avenue, as well as we'll be hosting in Chesapeake, 4217 Indian River Road.
Mm.
So we have two locations for the nail schooling. And to help Nail Nation, support Nail Nation, please come out to the event. If you come out to the event, you can get your tickets on Eventbrite. You can also support anybody that wanted to be a sponsor. You can support, have sponsorship packages on Eventbrite. Also, is a link on Instagram, Nail Nation VA page for
Hmm.
GoFundMe, because we're trying to raise up more money for the second and third place winners as well. Because I think it'd be more interesting when more cash is involved.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well,
Yep.
thank you so much, Jazz, for being on the show. I love what you're doing. As far as Nail Nation VA. I wish you the best of luck with everything in terms
Thank
of your
you.
business, education and things like that. I really enjoyed our conversation. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well. Thanks for having me, Asia.
Yes, absolutely. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to click the bell for notifications. Also, follow me on my social media platforms. And be on the lookout for more interviews to come very soon. Take care, stay healthy, and stay beautiful. Bye-bye.